What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Bit of Footy YouTube channel. Now today I'm going to be running through my round 17 tips. So last week I think I got 7 out of 9 tips, which actually isn't too bad considering how shit I've been doing the weeks prior to this. But yeah, so I'm on 89 points now. The lowest person is Jai_Tezza on 61 points. He only got 5 out of 9 last week as well. And then we can just keep running up and running up. I think Suresh Eagles is still the leader. I think he's on 99 points, which is absolutely disgusting. But you know, considering that I'm only 10 points behind him, I'm actually not too disappointed at the moment. So, you know, excuse the hair. I had a bit of a swim today, so the hair's a bit messy, a bit floppier than usual. It's just a bit shit, really. I'm doing the semi-GFCs with the hair fixing mid-video. Alright, we're kicking off round 17 with the Power taking on the D's at the Adelaide Oval. I'm going to actually tip the D's to win this one. I just have a feeling that they're going to come out more hungry, even though they lost to the Giants last week at the G, which was a big upset win from the Giants. Yeah, I still feel like the D's are going to get this one done. I feel like the Power, they play decent in these big games and these big occasions, but they haven't really been able to get the job done against big teams this year, against you know, decent teams this year. So I feel like that's going to come into effect in this one, and the D's will get the job done over the Power. It still should be a ripping contest, should be a close game, but yeah, I reckon the D's, and yeah, I've tipped them by 13 points. So next is the Bombers taking on the Crows at Marvel Stadium on Friday night. I'm going to tip the Bombers in this one, even though they absolutely got torched last weekend by the Cats at GMHBA Stadium. I still feel like they've got the better lineup, they've got the better team, they've got, you know, the Merits, the Parish, you know, so I still feel like the Bombers will get it done. I feel like it will be a good competitive game. I feel like the Crows have a decent side nowadays with the likes of Keys. Obviously you got Sloan in there, Tex when he's on, but yeah, I feel like the speed of the Bombers should be able to get on top of the Crows, and it is at Marvel Stadium, and the Bombers do love playing at Marvel Stadium. I like watching the Dons at Marvel Stadium. They're just this sort of new team. They're just like, they've got so much speed and energy about them. So I'm hoping that's what we get from the Bombers against the Crows, and I'm hoping that because I did tip them. So yeah, then it is the Blues taking on the Cats at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. I don't know why I said it like that. I could have just said the MCG. I'm going to tip the Cats in this one to beat the Blues. I feel like the Cats have just been looking really, really good the last few weeks. Obviously they got the injury of Jeremy Cameron, but I feel like they are still a good enough side to cope with one injured player. They've got the likes of Hawkins, Rowan, Myers is back in the side. Even Close, he's a decent player, and yeah, I feel like they've got a really good complete side. There's still a bit of, you know, leaks here and there for the Cats. They're not like 100% perfect, but yeah, I still feel like their side is a bit better than the Blues have been. The Blues almost choking a lead to the Dockers, but were able to get the job done. But yeah, it was a real tough game, that one. I just feel like the Cats have the better side. And yeah, but you know, if the Blues win, I wouldn't be surprised. It is at the MCG. They do like playing, you know, some decent brands of footy at the MCG. So yeah, but I'm still going to go the Cats just because they've got the better side, in my opinion, than the Blues. Then it is the Hawks taking on the Dockers at the University of Tassie Stadium. I'm going to tip the Dockers in this one. We all know where the Hawks have been this season, a bit on the lower end of the spectrum of the ladder as well. Whereas the Dockers, they've been winning games here and there. They haven't been, you know, consistently winning games. Obviously, they won against the Pies and then lost against the Blues at the G. But still, I think the Dockers are going to get this one done. I wouldn't, though, be surprised if the Hawks got the win, because it is in Tassie, and Tassie just seems to be a place of strange results where, say a North Melbourne draws with a bloody GWS. So it is all weird and that, but yeah, I still feel like the Dockers realistically should get the job done over the Hawks. They've got a very good side in the Dockers with the likes of Chera, Sarong, Mundy, Fife, the list goes on. Lob when he's on. I feel like Lob has been really just turning it up the last few weeks. I wouldn't say he's been like the 100% best, but I feel like he's, getting into a good rhythm. He's getting some consistent forward time. He's very he's a handy player in the forward line, I'll put it that way. But yeah, I think the Dockers will get the job done over the Hawks. To complete the Saturday games, it is the Lions taking on the Sainers at, well, I don't know because I haven't released it, but I'm going to tip the Lions in this one, as much as I would love the Saints to win, because they are on sort of a bit of a roll heading into the late end of the season, the finals end of the season. I still think that the Lions are just a better team this year with the likes of Cameron, Danaher and everyone else. They should realistically get the job done, but I'm going to say they'll get the job done in a close one. I feel like the Saints will really fight this one out. I feel I've been really impressed with Steele, Ryder, Bradley Hill just absolutely killed my Collingwood side last week. Well, they're not mine, but you know what I'm saying. And yes, we just couldn't lay a finger on Bradley Hill. Their backline has been pretty decent, especially the last 2 weeks against the Tigers and the Pies. So if they win this, they're realistically just putting their nose right into finals contention. So it would be great to see if the Saints can win it, but for safeness sakes, I'm going to tip the Lions over them. Then it is the Giants taking on the Suns at Mars Stadium in Ballarat. But I am going to tip the Giants to win this one over the Suns, although I wouldn't put it past the Suns winning this game. I feel like the Giants are such a weird side this year, where they've won games where you didn't think they were going to win, but they lose games where you thought they were going to win, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm going to tip the Giants just because they've got, the better playing side on paper. But, the Suns, they've looked pretty impressive. I like what they did against the Tigers. I like, is it Took Miller? That's the one that I'm looking for. It was really impressive against the Tigers. So if he gets on a rampage, who knows what could happen. I really like their style of play, the Suns, when they get going, that link-up play, that fast play. But I just feel like the Giants, they haven't done it that better this year. They haven't really got that wave formation going where they just push the ball forward. They just keep pushing the ball forward until they get the goal. But yeah, I still feel like they've just got the better list and they've got the better team on paper. So realistically, they should get the job done. But like I said before, if the Suns win, wouldn't be surprised. Then it is the Bulldogs taking on the Swans at Marvel Stadium. I'm going to tip the Dogs to win this one. I think as good as the Swans were last week, we all know where the Dogs are at this season. They are just really pulling the strings, really going for another potential premiership run. Could they do it? Could they not? I can't wait to see how finals is going to turn out. I'm really excited to see how it ends up being played with the likes of the Dogs, the Lions, the D's. It's just, this finals this year is absolutely going to be great to watch. But yeah, I'm going to tip the Dogs. They're in a good position at the moment. The Bont is rolling. Yeah, you got everyone, the Bailey Smiths, the bloody Liberatore, the McRae's just racking up 30 touches each week. I mean, what the fuck? But yeah, the list goes on, and I think even though the Swans did win by 92 points against the Eagles in Geelong, it still should be the Dogs getting the job done over the Swans. Then it is the Tigers taking on the Pies at the MCG. I'm going to try to get tickets to this game, but I don't think I'm going to be that successful because I do have to get tickets in the general public spot. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to tip the Tigers to win this one, even though they've got a few good players out. Realistically, the way the Pies played last week was just hideous. It was horrendous. The first 3 quarters were just an absolute joke in my opinion. The last quarter just absolutely taking the piss, almost coming down from 40 points down. I mean, what the hell's that shit? But yeah, I'm going to tip the Tigers. They just are the better. Well, I don't know. Are they the better side? It'll be interesting to see if they are. But in my opinion, I think they've got the better side than we do. let's just hope for a good contest. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping that we come out and play a decent brand of footy. 4 quarters would be nice. Probably won't happen. Let's see what happens. Last game is on a Monday, strangely enough, but it is against the Eagles and it's the Eagles against the Roos, should I say. I'm going to tip the Eagles in this one for obvious reasons. I actually didn't mind the way that the Roos played last week against the Dogs, but I just feel like there was way too many turnovers when they didn't need it. They were moving the ball some passages of play though. I was really impressed by North Melbourne. They were moving the ball, they were linking up, they were doing real nice stuff, but it is against the Eagles. Full capacity crowd allowed at Optus Stadium, and you've got your Kennedys, your Yos, your everything, and they just lost by 92 points, so I think they'll be hungry to get a win against North Melbourne. If they don't, oh boy, wowee, but it should be the Eagles getting the job done. And just like that, that is my tipping, my round 17 tips done and dusted for this weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be back with another video this weekend. Yep, cheers.